and I'm going to shut down everything that I have
Oh yeah,
opened up.
everything. It will. Anything will help.
Well, I got my donation key, so I got my pass key now for my donation, so we can put my bell. So that'll go in the chat.
Okay, they say we're live. That's a good thing.
Alrighty, find out. I didn't get it. I didn't get a thing yet.
I noticed that I didn't get a notification for 2 or 3 videos that I should have gotten them for too. By the way, I did not get a notification for Locked and Loaded's video, so YouTube may be dropping the ball there.
Most definitely. They are terrible. I've got Farm Boy. I was on his live stream. I got off. It ended, and 20 minutes later, I got the invite saying that he's live.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're having
if that tells you something, that's how bad it is.
Yeah, I was just going through looking at some stuff, and I saw that.
You'd make me dropping the ball there.
We sound pretty good.
Definitely.
Cough.
I saw that there was a video that he had posted, but I had no notification.
He actually did a shout out for our live stream. Imagine that.
That's good.
Yeah.
I thought he has been doing that. I kind of figured he would. So
we have
I definitely
3 people in the room.
Definitely 4 I see now. I definitely hated to see that Donnie was having bad news. It's just kind of grabs you, when you see something like that. It's tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna be actually changing a little bit here. Hey, there's a lot of snow. First here.
All right, we have a moderator.
Yep. Like I said last too, if you see firemen come in, give him a wrench. He's a great moderator. So let us know how did you like the video for the dandelion jelly? I know it wasn't the dandelion wine, but all dandelions turned to puffballs, so. That kind of put a damper on things.
All I can say is, as well as I love honey, you just kept talking about how it smelled like honey in the house. So we're going to have to try that next year when we've got more dandelions. Let us know. You should win a surprise, or some kind of a prize, and we'll try to figure out what that is, and we'll let you know next week. Yeah, I went and watched Mark on what was it, 2 Family Homestead? Yeah, and won a $2 bill. That should be showing up pretty soon.
Yeah. He was there you go. There's my link to Bushcraft channel. So that's up.
I don't think I've been there.
To what?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I had not been to this page.
Yep. So the cool thing about it is if you do a super chat, YouTube gets 30% of that super chat. So by using the PayPal, you get the full amount.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot. So that's So let's say somebody gives you a $2 donation, YouTube gets 30% of that. So this way is a way to go around YouTube.
Oh yeah. I I don't. It's probably because of this Edge browser. The only option that I have is to use Top Chat, and I don't, no, I can't take any money, but that's all it will let me use.
Turn that to live chat.
It won't let me, and I think it's because of the Edge browser I'm using.
Oh yeah, I'm using YouTube does a lot better with with Google Chrome.
I'll tell you sometime why I don't use Google Chrome. Not today though.
I got Edge too, but I also got other things in the background that stop stupid stuff.
I'm really a Firefox guy, to tell you the truth. I've always, most all the time, used it. But I don't, what happened, the reason that I started using Edge was because I was getting 100% CPU usage using Firefox. And I come to find out that Firefox and Google Chrome with certain machines, they were chewing up the memory. So I switched to Edge and it stopped doing it, and I just kind of got stuck there. I've actually got a video on another channel. It's Merle L. Dixon, and I don't know. I want to say there's like almost 5,000 hits on a post that I put up there about how to fix that problem, and a lot of people have been pretty happy to see it. Let it snow. It says looks like something I may make, sounding like a honey replacement. I can't believe you said that. I really do not like sugar, though. Well, I wish I didn't. Man.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad that our planting time is over with, and everything is in the ground. Holy moly!
I can't say that. We've still got some stuff to put in, but we got time. It'll be all right. Another 2 or 3 days, and we'll have it made.
Well, it started raining here about 5 o'clock, 5:15, and we're supposed to get some nasty storms coming up here later on. So
yeah, we've got.
And don't worry about let it snow. It's just for if people want to donate. It's not anybody has to donate. If they want to donate to the channel, that's what I'm doing with it's kind of pushing YouTube out of the way. Because YouTube will get 30% of everything if they do a super chat. So if you go to live streams and stuff like that, a lot of people now are going to the PayPal for donation.
Heck,
Cut
I don't
the
know
middleman right out of it.
I don't know what money is anyway. Locked and loaded. Hi, guy.
There's my other one. So, Justin, if you would, copy the link up for the patrons, and every once in a while I'll throw it up. It's at the beginning of the thing. That helps us to get better equipment, all that fun stuff. I got to set Merle's up, too.
Donnie, Justin, I guess I got everything spelled right. You would have told me by now, probably.
He probably just saw it.
Yeah.
Open. You got a lot on your mind there, buddy. I know the feeling, man. I lost my grandpa and I lost my uncle in the same week. So the best advice that I can give somebody when something like that's happening is it's all his timing. And as much as it hurts because, you know, my uncle and my grandpa were gone, I know it was his timing, not mine. So, Tommy, he loves your redneck drone.
Yeah, thanks, Tommy. Somehow I just knew you would.
So, yeah, when you lose somebody like that close to you, pretty shook up about it. And not only that, a year and a half before that, I lost my best friend that I grew up with, and did fishing together. It's him to a massive heart attack, and then the following year, I lost my grandpa, and then I lost my uncle at the same time. So I kind of have a general idea what you're dealing with. It's the only way through, as I said, is God's time, not mine. Uh-oh. Okay, let us know.
Yeah. Do what you need to there.
So about 7:15, we'll get this thing cracking. 7 in the room right now. You see, same thing.
I tell you, Tommy, that you'd be surprised. That 10-foot ladder standing atop that 10-foot ladder, that is it actually does make a kind of a decent picture. So it's worthwhile. Now, I have to give credit though to Old Camp Ranch. Now, he's the one that started that. It was kind of neat. He was standing up on top of his ladder, and you could see his shadow. And he was talking about using his drone.
Yeah, Justin, it's like I said, it's all in God's timing, and it's in His hands. And if I wouldn't have thought that way, I would have been a mess, because my uncle was like my hero, my grandpa was like my hero, you know, and then my best friend. So Mark is cutting out on audio again.
Yeah, if there's anything else that you can, can turn off, it would probably help.
Let's see what this is.
Tommy, he's got, I guess you could say he's got some resources problems.
Well, I'm trying to run, it's easy. I'm trying to run this with an i. That's major resources.
He's trying to run it with an i3. And it's, you know, we got away with it for 3 or 4 shows. I wouldn't know why we couldn't do it once more.
And the funny thing is that my CPU usage right now is 33%. I'm only using 72% of my total. So I was at 94 before. Now I'm pretty much shut everything else down that I could in the background.
Well, I was actually a little bit surprised that it worked at all. But, hey, I'm happy that it did. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it does, Tommy. It acts like a slow internet connection sometimes. But we don't want to.
The other thing too is carbon store too, so that could problem with it's off cloudy and then I'm running off satellite, so that could have something.
Oh yeah, if you got storms in a satellite, that could easily be a problem.
Tom, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know it was an i3, but we know now that they will work if you turn everything else off and don't try to push it. It will do the job, at least good enough for what we've done. 4 shows, I think, so far. So.
Yep, and I'm happy it's not. We're not overheating. But, yeah, I'm at 30%, 28%. Yeah, 26. So it's right around 30%.
Press Control Alt Delete and look at your task manager. I'm sorry, Control Alt Escape.
Tell me that.
Control Alt Escape. I'm using 22% total.
Didn't want to do nothing.
Control Alt Escape at the same time. Doesn't bring up the taskbar.
No, I got to use Control Delete and then Task Managers on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Let us snow. You're back. Yeah, you're good to see.
Well, let it snow. Can you see the banner at the top of the page here? We're been talking about problems when people lose family members and the problem that Justin's brother is having right now. So, Control Alt Escape will bring up the task manager for.
Yeah, right now Max is running at 25%.
Yeah. I don't know exactly all the ins and outs. All I know is they say it takes an i5 to make it work.
And right now my Ethernet is kicking out at 4.6, so right around 5. So that could be, like I said.
That's kind of borderline, really.
Yeah, that's probably what the problem is because the arms.
You guys aren't seeing that banner.
I could see the banner.
Hey, I don't understand that. You don't see any writing at the top of the page, Tommy?
Oh, I'll do it, John. If you right click on it, Justin, and you hit copy link address.
Oh, okay. I got you. Got to have it on full screen. I didn't know that. There's a lot that I don't know about vMix. I wish I was like Tommy, though. He knows almost everything. I'll move it down. I'll move it down and see if that helps. Okay, I just got it just above the boxes. I hope that helps, because I want everybody to see it. Don't know where else to put it. Yes, Alexander Smith. Yes, that's what we're talking about. I'm glad you can see it. Tommy says, knowing everything's a burden. Yeah, I bet it is. I really wouldn't never have to worry about that, I don't think.
So how many people are we got going in the room right now?
I see 6.
All right, we'll give her another minute, and then we'll get the party started. I'll give you the reins.
I got no notification. Dylan's Woodwork is live. Friday Night Live. 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I guess Alexander, it was. I had it up too high, and it you couldn't see it unless it was on full screen. I think it's okay now. Hopefully. How's everybody doing tonight? Good, I hope. Uh, yeah, Justin, I had it up too high and it wasn't showing on full screen. Uh, Tommy let me know about that, and even showed me how to fix it. So, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad everybody can see it now. Alexander Smith is in the UK. Tommy and I know a bunch of people in the UK, don't we? As a matter of fact, I got a subscriber that is from the UK. Some Homestead folks. I can't remember their name off the top of my head right now, but Tommy, you'll appreciate this. I let them know that that we knew some people in the UK, and I told them about Martin and Giles and them, and they said they actually watch the show every once in a while. So that was kind of neat. No houseboat in the background this week. What is the story with this background? Well, it just kind of reminded me of an old homestead. I mean, an old homestead, from back in the pioneer days or something. And that building right there is on my property. I'm sorry to say, but I took a picture of it and I thought it would be good for these purposes here.
Looks good.
Yeah, that deal with Tommy Robinson, man, to the best of my knowledge, all the guy was doing was standing out there in the street talking about something, and next thing he knew, he was in jail. Kind of a tough deal. Oh, that's a good idea, Mark. That probably will help.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, I think so already. I mean, just the last sentence you made there. The bee lady apiary.
There she is. The bee lady's here.
All right. It was rocket science finding you two. Well, it shouldn't have been. Golly, that's awful. I'm sorry about that. I did a. Well, the thing of it is YouTube is not putting out notifications tonight either, like they're supposed to, or they hadn't there for a while. Yeah, I put out a little short clip to remind everybody to be here, and yeah, so did Mark. Mark put one out yesterday, and if I'm not mistaken, so did Locked and Loaded. So
guys, there's gonna be some new people in here. Show them some love.
I agree with Tommy. I kind of like that black background. It looks pretty good.
Yeah. So the bee lady is new to our live stream, so show her some love. You guys haven't had her. Wonderful channel.
Well, apparently he's on the wrong side over there, bee lady, since they decided to come out and get him and put him in the hoose cow. Yeah, Tommy, they're not. I'm glad you remembered the promo, but yeah, they're not getting the notifications out tonight like they're supposed to.
And I haven't got the notification that we're live. So
Yeah, it's well, you would think as much money as we pay them, you know, sometimes you just
as much money as I pay them, yeah.
yeah. Oh well, it's just one of those things.
All right, it's 7:15. Suppose let's get this party started. First and foremost, we're gonna be doing a little change up. I'm starting to think, and I told Merle the other day about doing a prayer stream. If you guys are interested in that, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let us know in the chat, or if you want us to stick to the homesteading. The other thing is, guys, keep Donnie well prayers. Donnie's locked and loaded with brothers. He's going through a really, really hard time right now, and he just needs our prayers. So, as in this chat room is all, and has God as His presence. So, let's keep him in our prayers, thoughts, and hope for the best. It's in God's.
Amen. And you're breaking up, and it's probably it could be because of the storms that you're having in your area there.
Yeah.
That was one of the bad things or one of the things that I didn't like about the satellite when I had it for a short time. We've got some trees that were kind of in the way, and every time it sprinkled, I would lose my signal. So anyway,
I usually don't have any problem with it at all. It's been really good. If I know that I'm gonna do a live stream, call them up and tell them to crank my stuff up. But so
no, Alexander.
We'll see. We'll whimper through today.
Yeah, we will. We'll make it. Alexander, this one is Tommy Robinson, but he he was standing outside the courthouse, and he was saying some things that they didn't want him to, so they just scooped him up. And we've got 3 thumbs up for your question already, so that's almost enough for me. We can start that next week. What I don't know. We can talk about this too. How we're going to do that. People that have prayer requests can bring them up in the chat, and then the whole group can pray do the prayers on their own or whatever. What's your thoughts there on Mark on that?
Group is better. Yeah, prayers on their own. Just keep it, keep it in your thoughts and your mind. Prayer is a powerful thing, and everybody needs their prayer right now. I think Donnie more than anybody. And don't forget locked and loaded too. All the pressure that's on his shoulders, and you can get pretty hung up in this kind of situation. So pray for loaded also, so that he can, the Lord may take some of the weight off his shoulders.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Homestead's Tessie comes in here once in a while too.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to her, and she's a busy girl. I know that.
Tommy says a minute of silence for praying. There you go.
Hi, Jenny. For those that don't know, Jenny is my sister-in-law. She's a good Christian woman. And I don't know if you heard it, Jenny, but we're going to probably, I don't know when we'll start it, but we're going to have let people ask for prayers, and then have the group to keep those people in their prayers and on their minds. So we think that's a good thing. I'm trying to figure out how to pop this chat out and move it.
Pop what up?
The chat.
Just disconnect it. Go to the little three dots on the left side of it, and it says pop out. All right, guys. So, anything happening on the homestead this week? There's a few things that been on my mind. Weather number one went from 90 degrees down to 70. Welcome to Wisconsin. Stay a while, the weather will change.
Well, apparently we get the same weather you do. We only get it 2 days later, so we've got some cool weather coming our way.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked it hit that cold that quick. So,
I don't even know how to answer this. Locked and Loaded said, "Hello, Jenny. Merle is your brother-in-law. I'm sure there's a support group for you somewhere." That was pretty good. I like that. Oh no! You know what, B lady? I was just telling my wife this evening that I'm really concerned about the bees because I'm not seeing any bees out. I'm just not. I have not seen that first honeybee. Yeah, I know there's some out there. People tell me they've seen them, but they're just not around like they used to be, and that scares me a bit.
Actually, B lady, I'm thinking about this is my idea. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I was just going to put up some houses and let them do naturally because behind the apple trees we've had bees all over the place. The only problem is we're wondering what we're going to do in the wintertime. Do they take care of themselves if you don't touch the honey or anything like that? Or is there something that I need to do on top of it because obviously it gets 30, 40 below zero here.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm not into bees as far as knowledge goes, at least. But I always thought for some reason that those bees, if you left them alone, they actually lived off that honey in the wintertime. I'm sure that may not be. That may not be.
She asked you if they're spraying for this area.
No, not in my area. And I think somebody asked where I was. I'm in west central Indiana. I'm probably just about, I don't know, 800 miles due east of Mark there.
Anyway, one of the things that we were going to talk about tonight is, obviously, if you see the new video I put up was a dandelion jelly. And some of the things that I found here, I actually printed out a pamphlet here with all this good information in it for tonight. But some well-known facts is 30% dandelion, 32% vitamin C, 5% vitamin B6, 10% calcium, 9% iron, and 5% magnesium. Vitamin A is 111%.
There you go.
So,
hi, Walter.
Yep. Morning, Walter. Afternoon, evening. So there's calories is 25 calories. Potassium has got 200 milligrams. Sodium 42 grams. Carbohydrates 5 and fiber 7. So for this is for in there. By drinking dandelion tea or eating the greens, you can easily avoid tooth decay, muscle tension, and high blood pressure and calcium deficiency. It is vitamin K. Vitamin K is an essential fatty vitamin that's important in bone and health. Dandelion contains over 500% of your daily value. Can you imagine that 500% of what your daily value is of vitamin K? That makes dandelion excellent at preventing deficiencies. Vitamin K is the main vitamin involved in bone mineralization and blood clotting. In fact, vitamin K builds bones better than calcium, and it helps to maintain brain function and healthy metabolism. This is increasing evidence that vitamin K can improve bone health and reduce the risk of fractures, especially in post menstrual for women and who are at risk for osteoporosis. Vitamin K also helps for menstrual bleeding because it stops blood clotting. So, and here's another point. Vitamin K has been shown to be effective against natural cancer treatment, including reducing the risk of prostate, colon, stomach, nasal, and oral cancers. And that study was done in 2014. It's a liver cleanse, fights against diabetes, fights skin infection, high in antioxidants, rich in fiber, and it's a good source of vitamin A. What else is on here?
Alexander, those ingredients are what's within the plant.
Yeah, it serves as a diuretic, prevents urinary tract infection. Then this is the top 10, and this is from Dr. Axe Food and Medicine. So that little weed that everybody is seeing not only makes one heck of a jelly, it is also very good for you. And I knew that before. I make in the fall time, I like to go and harvest the roots, because in the spring and summer the nutrients are in the flower and in the greens. In the fall, it all goes back to the root. Then you can harvest the root. You can make teas, tinctures, coffee. Dandelion coffee is just phenomenal. Those are just some of the things that you can use dandelion for.
And I wanted to, Tommy says, I watched Tiny Hilltop's video. He must be suffering from something that robs his strength, but he still does a good job in his garden. Boy, you're not a kid, and he does. And I agree. Mark may know a little more about that, and hopefully Tiny will be in here in a little bit.
Yeah, Tiny should be here. Farm Boy, how's it going? Good to see you. We just from the caves are edible. The flower is edible. Its flower is really sweet. The stem of the flower is a little bit bitter, but there's the whole plant is edible. Obviously, you want to take the greens and the flower in the summertime, the root in the wintertime, because like I said before, the nutrients go down into the root, Tom, and that's when you're going to get the most benefits from that. And you got to be careful when you take them roots too, is because them things can be all the way up to a foot long. So when you're taking them and removing them, be gentle with them, because you want to take the whole root. And I've gotten roots like that thick already from a dandelion, size of a quarter.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're big ones. And the bee lady says, isn't there a ton of sugar in the jelly? No, there's not, bee lady. There's only 6 cups.
Yeah, but that's like 4 jars or 4 pints of jelly. So if you figure it out, and you just put it on your toast in the morning or something like that, and don't do like I did the first time. I felt like Winnie the Pooh eating my jelly there, just boom, boom.
Sit, be like me, sit there, eat a whole jar of jelly and a half a loaf of bread. Oh, well. I used
Be
to.
lady, the root, I know the difference between the coffee and what I do is I take it on the open fire and I roast it on the open fire, and I could not tell the difference. It actually, to me, it tasted better than your high quality coffee. It was amazing.
I have to try that one of these days. I've heard other
Do
people.
I boil them?
I've heard other people
Alexander,
say that too. Yeah. Go ahead.
Are you talking about the jam? Do I boil them, or are you talking about the roots? What plant are you talking there?
I think he's talking about the roots when you boil the roots and then run them through a filter.
Yeah, I kind of. If anybody watched that video, yeah, the wrong finger was used to lick the jam. So sorry about that. And no, Alexander, all I do is I brush the dirt off. The more or less water you use, the better. And I just, rinse them off good, get as much as I can cleaned up by hand, rinse it off, and then I let it dry. And then I'll cut it up and I will roast them. I grind up in, or I'll dehydrate them, grind them up, and I'll make a tea out of it. An extract with like a tincture, that kind of stuff.
Thank you, bee lady. I will definitely look at that.
Walter, how you make the coffee is you just yank them out in the fall, you clean them off, you let them dry, and then over an open fire you roast them, and you'll smell it instantly. It's just a wonderful smell. Oh. Yeah, that was kind of funny. I didn't, and Dawn wanted me to keep it in there. That's the funny thing. I was going to delete that.
About the bee lady, she put together a slideshow for beekeeping beginners, and boy, I hope a lot of people hope a lot of people see that and decide to try to start doing bees, because they need all the help they can get right now. I'm just sure of it. I'm thinking about it. I'm myself.
No, bee lady, it's really easy for tinctures because all it is take your ingredient, you fill it halfway full, and then you take an alcohol that is over 100% and fill it up and let it there. The longer it sits, the better.
It's absolutely amazing, the medicinal plants that are out there that most people, I'll say, don't know about. Mark's good.
Hey, there's Sandy.
Sandy K, you're late, but you're here. That's the main thing. And we're not going to dock your pay for being late.
Don't let us know. Then what I do is I will take the roasted nut, I'll put it through a coffee grinder, and I up and make fresh coffee. To leave them whole until you're ready to actually grind them up for the coffee, and it's wonderful.
Locked and Loaded wants to know if you can explain in detail about the stuff that you were going to send his brother. He can't remember how to spell
that would be,
it. Maybe you can.
That'd be chaga. I'm going to give him some double extract chaga, and then we're going to send him also some chaga that I ground up for tea. I will hopefully nothing will bring up what good benefits. Besides being a cancer fighter, chaga will actually help to rebuild your whole system.
Farm boy,
It's hard to find.
he's having some problems, I think, maybe with his satellite right now because he's having some storms in his area. So we're trying to use the least amount of resources as possible, and that's why he hasn't got a background. We thought the back looked kind of neat, though.
All right, so I'm going to try to read this. Amazing nutrients. Chaga, like most mushrooms, is known to be incredibly nutritious, rich in vitamins, minerals, and abundance of active nutrients. It can provide fiber, copper, calcium, magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin B5, merely to the name of a few of its many nutrients. It's an immune booster tonic. Drinking chaga tea is a way to keep your immune system in good shape. A number of chaga concentrates offer antibacterial and pretend antiviral effects, which assist in the immune system in elimination of dangerous pathogens. Chaga is also effective against parasite worms. Chaga tea is also beneficial for boosting the immune system. And then here's the big one there, Justin. Chaga tea helps fight cancer. Studies are still in early stages. Chaga has a number of positive effects for those suffering from cancer. The acid in chaga has been found to cause the death of cancer cells, although it is not known yet how this is accomplished. Chaga immune system effects are also important. And from the research that I read about chaga when my died from lung cancer, it actually goes into the cancer cells, and at the same time it builds your immune system up. So chaga is like, and that's the problem, is in the old days, chaga was used so much that Russia, Siberia, they just over harvested it so much that it's so rare. Mark.
How do you spell satellite?
What happened?
You were breaking up quite a bit during that.
Oh.
And Jenny said I was breaking up. I thought she did, but I think it was just you.
So yeah, chaga is a huge benefit. So if the problem with chaga is, one thing is it's very hard to find. Number two is when you do find it, a lot of people over harvest it, and then it takes over 7 years for the chaga to actually mature to grow into something. And what happens, it's on a birch tree, but it grabs the nutrients from the tree and coincides. But there's two parts to chaga. You have the outer part and the inner part. With a double extract, Justin, I'm using both parts. So it actually takes the best benefits from the outer casing, and it takes the benefits from the inner casing. So it's like a double win. It's twice as powerful.
That's kind of weird the way that satellite's doing. You one time you'll be just fine, and the next time you'll be breaking up. That was good that you got all the way through that one. That's great. Maybe that storm will move on soon. Yeah, if I'm breaking up,
I'm kind of watching the guards be till after like 9-10 o'clock before I break.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. The internet and satellites and all this stuff. We are at its mercy.
Yep.
Did you go through treatment or did you treat yourself, Mark?
For what?
I'm not sure. Let it snow. Ask, did you go through treatment or did you treat yourself? I got lost on that one too.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, I think they're just having a conversation amongst themselves. Now I think they're still trying to let me know that it's just you with the audio problems, but
No.
it'll probably get better here when that moves out. So we need a ham radio to link up throughout the country in case of SHTF. Yeah, B-Lady, I believe in that. They're probably not going to work all the time because I suspect, during SHTF that we're going to have people jamming a lot of the channels, but I am a extra class ham operator, and I definitely intend to have plenty of radios handy. So I think it's a good
Let
idea.
us know. My uncle had lung cancer, not me. I'm good as healthy as an ox.
Yeah,
Nope, I don't got lung cancer.
you can get that first license now, I think, without. Well, yeah, I know you can. There's at least you don't have to do the Morse code anymore. Now that was keeping a lot of people from getting a ham license.
The other thing that I was going to talk about in here sometime too, I don't know yet just how I was going to do it, is for when the crap hits the fan, people are going to come and want to take your stuff, and at some point, you're either going to have to make a decision if you're going to stay. And according to our beliefs and some, turn the other cheek, don't hurt anybody, and stuff like that, decision for a lot of they're going to have to make. I can't make that one for you, but I think I can go through some of the things that can help deterrents to keep people away from your stuff. So I think at the time we'll go through some of that stuff too.
That's a good idea.
My internet is better.
That is really a good idea. Everybody's going to have to make their own decisions about what they want to do, or in respect to protecting their family and the food that they need to eat to stay alive. So for me, it's fairly easy. I'm going to protect my family. That's for sure. Yeah.
Chicago's in martial law right now.
I think I hear that about once a month, actually. I'm not sure that it's true yet, but could be.
Well, some of the things to look at is, as homesteaders, and Merle's cut in if I breaking up, so I don't go rambling off. We really need to think about, at homesteading, your predators is coming in and trying stuff. If it's your garden, your chickens, it's the same thing. You got them out, and if it doesn't matter.
Mark, let me interrupt you for just a second. There's a fellow just came in, I think, that you may know. Fireman.
There's fireman. Fireman. There he is. Give that bench. Like I said, there's a couple new people in here. B-Lady, Fireman. 2 great channels. It would, especially Fireman and B-Lady, go check them out. Show them some love. Great guys. And I appreciate them being a friend. So,
You were breaking up a little bit during that last one, so it was a good time for me to interrupt you. We're
Yeah, you're no.
we're
Saying
happy
the
to,
storm's got to go by.
we're happy to see the new people, Fireman CV and the Bee Lady. And Bee Lady, you have had to have been a typist at some point in your life, if you're not still, because you are a very good typist. You don't make mistakes, and you can really put that stuff out there. I like it. And she says Fireman CV rocks.
Yeah, he does. It's kind of funny because I'm like on Farm Boy here for a second. Sorry, buddy. But the first time I did Farm Boy and was on one of Farm Boy's very live streams, and he was sitting there helping Farm Boy try to live stream and get everything all set up for him. And he sat there and spent some time with him, and that's what impressed me is he actually, this kind of, oh, here you go, and fireman sat there through it and said, this is how you do this, and check your chats, read your chats, and he really took it to impress me about him.
Sounds like he knows his stuff for sure. Not me. I'm like Tommy Willis. Tommy and I, we just kind of know enough just to get by, But oh, what the heck? We all do the best we can.
So yeah, like I was saying, is we're gonna have to go through there sometime, and we'll sit there and talk about that on another live stream when I got better internet connection, so I don't break up. But I will. There's some great deterrents you can have and put in place, and a lot of people never really want. Well, they talk about the homestead, but they never want to talk about the people that are in town that have no choice. And a lot of elderly people, they're not going to want to leave their home, and that's something else that we can talk about.
Yeah.
12 people watching.
I wonder, Mark.
Yeah, that's good.
Just for the heck of it, you might want to. You're plenty loud. You could pull your audio down just a little bit, and maybe it won't. Maybe it'll help. I mean, I'm grasping for straws here, but what the heck?
There's black trucks rolling on streets right now.
No kidding. That's not sounding good at all. It must be why Ann didn't come in yet. She's probably doing the news.
He usually gets can't do nothing with a screwdriver.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm gonna have to look up Chicago here and see what's going on.
You do that.
I can't. I didn't even know there was anything remotely different today, at least, than any other time.
Here, fireman, I learned this too. Thanks, Iron Dog.
Thank you, fireman. Yeah, we like those thumbs ups for sure.
The thing from Mr. Cab 7 and a few other people was Gantt killer. I tried it today, and I'm going to make a video. The stuff actually works, and you can actually watch your weeds die instantly and shrivel up. I couldn't. It was amazing.
No, Bee Lady, I don't know about those resistance chicks at all. Maybe it's best I don't. I don't know. Could be.
Yeah, I got a storm coming through, fireman. That's why I'm breaking up.
Yeah, it's funny too, because you were just perfect that time.
Comes and goes. Let me see what my
Okay, yeah, good deal. Locked and loaded. Your scanner should tell us everything we need to know pretty quick. Actually, I think he did offer to send in a National Guard at one time or another. Oh, okay. These girls are somebody that I might want to listen to. Then, okay, we'll keep that in mind. I'm so used to people talking about somebody that's going to make us crazy, you know. It may be a good time to invest in condemned houses. Yeah, we should have done that in Detroit. If they're actually going to do something about the horrible deaths, I have seen live leak videos on an average night in Chicago. Sad, yeah. Chicago's, at least in some places, is a really tough place to be. That's okay, farm boy. You can only repeat what you see and hear, but sometimes that's how we find out things. No problem on that. Yeah, if you don't agree with some of these social outfits, you just don't get to talk, B-Lady. That's the way they do it. And I think it's getting worse, actually, instead of better. I'm not sure what the answer is for that. There's a company in Rochester that takes them over, I guess, over without permission and puts in families who are homeless, and no one has bothered them yet. Ha! It's a good idea, I guess. Now, can you imagine trying to raise kids in Chicago? I tell you, I would end up in jail for
there
sure.
we go, Merle. Let's see if it helps.
Were you sharing your internet with somebody?
Yeah, Hunter was on and Mellow Moon's on, so I was like, storm's out. There we go. My upload's a lot better now. I'm at 8, so still not where it should be. I'm guessing it's because of the weather, but my download is at 8. My upload's at. So.
Well, you're obviously already better, so that did help. You probably
didn't. I figured it might.
You didn't make any friends with your families there, but it's one of those things. They just may not speak to you for a week.
Get over it. What happens if I throw up some picture quality here?
Yeah, I need to go visit a couple of people here and give them some love.
There you go. Yeah, at least now I can see me moving and I ain't stuttering, so that's a good thing.
Yep, that's a whole lot nicer. Everybody's going to be
a lot
better. Looks like Fireman is just got started. He only has 68 subscribers. So
I think you missed that little dot that's in there. It's like a 6.8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the K, yeah, right.
Okay, yeah.
Well, one more can't hurt. Yeah, we need to do
Ella
that.
Moon will join us. I'll go yell at her. I think on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm going to have to bring in the other half of this outfit one of these days, but she's had a kind of a rough day, and she's probably asleep. Yeah, there's, let's see, at least one more there. I know that I need to try to help. Yeah. We'll get them all in here, because if I don't do it now, I'm apt to forget it. And the bee lady, I see that she only has like 13 subscribers, so she's new.
Yeah, let us know if she's busy with her sister, so maybe she'll pop in. All right, fireman.
Bee lady says, I think this is great. As new folks go around, they tell about other channels. Yeah, I do too. I really do.
Well, that's the idea of it, is try to get the it gives everybody else
what I have found is that there are different groups of people. I mean, some are small groups, but some are large groups too. And one group doesn't know about the other group. So the more we can get things mixed up, the better. Oh, cool. The Resistance chicks are homesteaders and have bees and pigs and chickens. So that is definitely a cool deal. Sounds like my kind of people, as a matter of fact.
Oh, lock. 3 seriously wounded and shooting. Main highway closed. Man, oh man.
Well, that's
I'm
pretty.
gonna go hijack.
That's a pretty normal thing, right? Yeah. At least I think so. No word on martial law. Well, that's good.
Yeah, Dylan's family homestead there, or the Dylan show. Grizz is in there, but he's only got 6 watching right now.
Well, I think we got 11 or 12, something like that. And Lord, they're good people, for sure. Mark, dare I ask, what was your topic tonight? I'm all ears.
One of the topics was dandelion in general, and chaga was the other topic. And then we asked everybody in the room if the prayer, because we want to do the prayer live stream, so that's probably going to be another thing that's going to come up here shortly. And then just seeing what you guys are all talking about thing. And go those topics.
It's kind of like an open forum. Anybody has anything that they would like to bring up? That's good.
It's kind of hard too if my mic keeps busting out to start talking about something, so I'm afraid to bring something up. But we will be talking about, like I said, hopefully my mic doesn't break up now, is how do we protect their homestead? And that's one of the things that I took a lot of notes on and I've been thinking about. Mostly for elderly people, disabled people. Everybody should by now realize that prepping, homestead and prepping are close in with everything. And if we don't have the preps to survive any kind of situation, if it is a snowstorm at the end of the year and you're locked in, or martial law going down and shutting the town down for a couple days, an outage, anything like that, you should have at least 3 days worth of supplies in your house. if not more. At Homestead, we have the ability to put everything in our property to allow us to have a lot more than that. And if you don't have to have big acreage. You can put pots right on the deck. You can put stuff inside the house. If you got grass, you can turn it into beds. A lot of things that we can do that will help you guys to grow things in your area. But what do we do to keep people away from us and protect us? B Lady says, plant really thorny shrubs outside your unprotected windows. That's a very good thought, yep. There's other tricks of the trade too. If you have, you can go get them at the dollar store. They're like tripwires. They set off alarm to let you know someone if you can't afford cameras. Motion cameras are probably one of the things that I use the most. Not only can a lot of things. Beans for almost a year. Got a 100,000 generator. Yep. Dehydrated beans. All that kind of stuff. There's you can put away. If you look at it, how many people spend $1 a day? If you keep that and say at the end of the month, go down to the Dollar Tree or whatever and get your canned food or something like that. You got $3. If you put $1 away, you put down $60. So you can put yourself in a better situation. Fireman's back. She says her hobby is tripwire. That's it's like cans of wire or any kind of thing that's in your area. If you have acreage, you look for your funnel points. As being an ex-military, there's an in and out everywhere, and humans take the least resistance to walking things. So you can find yourself that pathway and put something in place there. A video I was on a live stream last night, and they were talking. I had a tripwire set up and he had a light in his house. If something tripped, that wire would go on and not alert someone else. It's another idea too. There's different means of doing. There's going to be, you're going to know something happens. It's going to be the triple effect.
There's a bunch of things that you can do, and there's also a lot of things that you don't want to do. You don't want to be cooking barbecue ribs out on the back patio for sure, because it's going to bring them. They're going to come running for sure.
You know, that's the other too is there's ways to cook with giving yourself a porta stove. And as B Lady just said it, is these tariffs are on aluminum, on steel. That trickle effect's going to happen soon.
Yeah, it looks like. I think I saw something about we were going to put tariffs on aluminum coming in, but if we do that, we're definitely going to get tariffs on aluminum going out too. So either way, it's not going to be good.
Anything electronic EMP would take it down. So there's a quick way to do around that is a stage. If anybody hasn't seen that, there's videos on that, and you can do a squirrel cage to wrap your stuff. If you have a generator, you just said you had a 100-watt generator. I would put that in a squirrel cage, because if an EMP happens and there's any kind of electronics generator, that generator would be no more.
Yeah, and I've kind of caught heck for this, but my suggestion is too, if you're in a big city, if you can get out, you're probably better off, at least in my opinion. And Tommy, you're right. The EMP could fry any electronics
He
It
said
it it,
he would,
kind of depends.
and locked to you should decoy. Never put all your eggs in one basket. That is some of the biggest as holders we have. You know, are yours food from the season? And so there's a lot of stuff in your house. Something would happen, and that's why I said before. One thing that we're going to be clear is you need to make that decision. You know, you're going to fight or you're going to fight, one of the two. And there's things that we can use that are called deterrence to slow someone down, stop somebody from making a decision. If you make something hard enough for somebody to give, sooner or later they're going to give up. No like bells. You know, if you know, like fireman said, something simple on there. You know, tell somebody let you know that somebody's there. Has no idea that it's, you know, they're walking in the dark. The other good thing too is get used to your environment in the dark. Are you walking around in the dark? Are you comfortable walking in the dark? If there was going to be no lights,
Yeah,
complete darkness.
you would really be surprised of how well you can see in the dark. If you're not used to it and you haven't tried it, you really don't know. But your eyes can become accustomed to areas that are pretty dark, and you can see better than you think.
Yep, fish antibiotic. That's another one. Canada on a bunch of antibiotics. I think the government caught a hand on that, so we have that also, fish antibiotics. The problem is that with that kind of stuff, the born on date, and I know 5 years past the born on dates, they say, and rotating your stock. Fireman, I like using a jumbo LED blinking light battery to set point.
Yeah, that's a good way to hide for sure.
Well, you know why I'm laughing is because I just got my headlamp is a 1500 Lubin, and it's got that strobe on there, and everybody that has hit somebody with that light, they're blinded.
Oh yeah,
And that's what I'm saying about a deterrent. Is, you know, if you got one of those LED flags that are super bright with the blinking lights and it has that strobe, if you hit someone, and especially if they're in the dark, they're not. It's like knocking someone out because they can't see anything. Gives you that couple seconds.
I like to say this too. There are a lot of people out there by themselves that think that they're going to be able to protect themselves and two or three members of their family by themselves. It's just not going to happen that way. You absolutely need to have a group of people that, and you may not be able to completely trust them, but it's going to take 15 to 20 people to try to protect one home when things go bad.
Yeah, you're gonna need to make a community, because sitting yourself sooner, like Locke said, there he's gonna feed them lead, all they can eat.
All they can eat. Yeah, well, sometimes that's the answer, I guess.
Yeah. Same here. Too is everybody has their tricks up their sleeve, and you know, if anybody that says they're a prepper and they don't have guns or something like that, kind of think they're kind of fibbing a little bit.
But I lost all of mine in a boating accident. I don't.
Mine disappeared.
Yeah, right. Things like that will happen from time to time. Yeah.
Like, lady, if you go in, you can make a squirrel cage, a trash can. All it is sit on a rubber mat, and it's grounded, and it's really simple. And you can put all your electronics in there. So
Big Lady makes a good point about potassium iodide, and I got to admit I don't have any, and I need to get some.
one of the things I just learned the other day that our black walnut trees are loaded with iodine.
Really?
And that's why your hands turn black. When you in yellow, they're loaded with iodine.
Yeah,
So you have a
iodine,
great natural
iodine or iodide.
iodine,
Okay.
like
You
your
need
body needs.
potassium iodide is for the radiation.
Yeah, radiation. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now for those. It's really interesting. Uh, it's a great source of natural iodine.
It's a lot of guys. Let's see who said that. Big Lady says we have some of those pocket blockers to keep our cell phones in. I just leave mine sitting in one spot.
Fireman's got a good point there. Don't tell people you're. That's kind of what I kind of quit watching Doomsday Prepper and stuff. You tell somebody what you got. Well, you're the first person they're going to come looking for.
Absolutely. And when you say they, you don't know who they is. So, uh, yeah, if I had things like that, I certainly wouldn't want to tell anybody. I definitely wouldn't make my screen name locked and loaded. I had to do that.
He's giving a fair warning.
Sorry, Elnell, I had to do that.
All right, so here's this is kind of funny. Is black walnut. See, now we're going off on the rabbit trail. Expels parasites, promotes healthy skin because of the tannins, improves cardiovascular health, holds antifungal and antimicrobial activities, helps prevent cancer. You hear that, Locked? And it is a natural source of iodine, one of the best natural sources of iodine. And you can make it. You can do so much different things. 1 ounce of this is the part that I was kind of just floored. A half a cup a day of black walnut inside the actual nut is enough protein for a man for the day. So you get your whole protein from a half a cup of black walnuts.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was listening to a doctor, and he was talking about that just a couple of days ago. People that don't eat meat, if they'll eat plenty of nuts and the right kind of vegetables, you get all the protein you need.
So one of the things is it's got 1.1 megagrams, which is 55% of the daily allowance for magnesium or manganese. Copper has 0.4, which is 19%. Magnesium is 56.3, which is 14% of your daily allowance. Potassium is 144. Vitamin B6 is 0.2 milligrams. Selenium is 4.8. Zinc is 9. And iron is 9. So it's got minerals that we need.
Yeah, and farming, you're right. Good luck getting the green dye off your hands for sure. You have to wear that off.
That don't come off. But one of the things that it does is it inhibiting growth of prostate and pancreatic cancer cells. So it actually reduces the cells. Its potential health is in study right now. It inhibits the ectopic growth of breast lymphoma and non-small cell lung cancer cells. there's just a list of stuff that the black walnut is good for. And
Yeah, and it's
I
got.
hopefully,
Well, I can't think of it right now. It's got those omega 3 fatty acids and stuff in it too, I
yep,
think.
yep. So some of the you can use for it, obviously. And the funny thing is, back in the old days, the Indians used it for the dye. Um, that's how I first found out what black walnuts.
Well, I know one thing. The wife, we spent a bunch of time getting the black walnuts out of the shells, and we had, I don't know, I had a sandwich bag full, I guess. And she started using those to cook with. And, buddy, I'll tell you what, this is honest truth. When you get used to eating those things, you sure miss them when they're gone.
And the cool thing of it is I've got a gunny sack full of black walnuts. I actually picked a 10 cubic foot trailer full of black walnuts, and we husked them and dried them and stored them and put away. And I'll tell you what, I take them to work every chance I get.
Oh, man, they're just,
So
they're so good. They're nothing like an English walnut at all. It's like they're
nope.
not even from the same family. But as I understand it, the English walnuts are good for you too.
See, that's the thing let us know. Is I was talking about that the other night. It's kind of funny. Making Worcestershire sauce. And lady, I haven't hooked up with my gardener. Yeah, my see now his is active.
L&L, I think everybody's Wi-Fi is running a little slow tonight for some reason. It's one of them things.
See here.
Yeah, I actually thought about doing that once, big lady, but I don't know. Seems like those are the kind of people that get picked on the most when a bad thing would happen. You're going to be the one that they're going to come after first, I think. I've probably already said more than I should. But
I just look at it this way.
This is all hypothetical, you know. Go ahead, Mark.
I said I can. The only thing is I see him come a long, long ways away.
Yeah. I'm good, farm boy. I hope you're good today. I've been
It's the Russians.
Spent most of the day outside, and you're right. It's probably those Russians again. Dang it. I'll be back in a second.
All right. Yeah, Justin's probably the Russians. But you know, you never know what's going to actually happen, and that's the thing. It could be an EMP, it could be Yellowstone popping. There's so many different scenarios, and you got to have a roundabout way of looking at it. You know, if Yellowstone pops, you know you're looking at half of the United States with 12 to 13 inches of ash. Well, that's going to cause everything to go to dark. The plants that we have in the ground, all that stuff is going to be garbage. So everything that we grow is going to be covered with ash. Sandy, I can't find my dandelion. Yeah, mine all turned to white puffballs. That was kind of funny. Everything went good, and all of a sudden, poof, they went to white and seeded out. There's a way to use saran wrap and rocks. That would be called with the dew and the moisture. Yeah. Yeah, let us know. It's going to come back. I only got another month. I think I got till, was it July 9th, and I get out of YouTube jail. You got that right, locked. You guys watch the jet streams too. Yeah, if Yellowstone pops, we're all going to be hurting. Yeah, fireman. That's one place I don't think he is in New York City. If something bad happens, exactly. Let us know. There's too many things to be. If you specifically take in one instant and you just prep for that problem, probably 99% chance that that's not going to happen. You have some kind of well-rounded area. The things is you got to have shelter, you have to have food, you have to have water, some kind of filtration system, um, some way to keep yourself warm, protection, and Plan B, and sometimes C.
And plenty of people. I can't
Yeah, that too.
I can't emphasize enough that it's going to take quite a few people. So the more family members that you can get, the better, because those are the people you
And
can trust.
like firemen said, the best way when it comes to prepping is don't let too many people know. They will come and knocking on your door if something happens.
Yep.
You know, and that's honest God truth right there. If people know that you have food, if people know that you're a homesteader and you have a big and you have chicken cows and you're the first person they're going to come looking for. The good thing is we're 10, 15 miles from town, so I'm hoping to get here. They'll be all wore out.
Yeah, and we live on the edge of a small town, and about 50 miles west of Indianapolis. So hopefully the small towns will get people to band together in a case of those kind of emergencies, and we can make a stand that way. Hopefully.
All right, Justin. Says he might be jumping off. His internet's getting bad. Hopefully he went past me and it's down there. But
Well,
one more thing, guys. Just keep Donnie Welsh in your prayers for Locked and Loaded's brother. Fireman wasn't here for that. B lady, she was here. Keep him in your thoughts.
prayers be with you there, Locked and Loaded. Accidentally during filming. Yeah? You suppose?
Well, you guys know the old famous Bear Grylls, right? It's kind of funny because there's an article written about him that he has a stunt lady. They call her the real Laura Croft. Actually, do all his stunts before he actually does them.
No kidding. I'll be
Make
darned.
safe. Yep.
Huh. Man, it's been a long time since I saw that show. Probably worth seeing it again, The Colony.
Yeah, I don't. You're away, but I think you were on my when I didn't you live stream when I first started late Merle.
What's it? What? Say that again.
I said, weren't you part of my the late night live stream when I first started up live streaming before I got booted off?
Uh, Towards the end, I think I picked you up on the last one or two.
Okay, because like Let It Snow said to B Lady, we used to talk about a lot of STF stuff and scenarios and stuff like that, and we'll be doing that on here too. Also, we just started with the homesteading and gardening because that's um, what's in fresh in everybody's mind right now because spring is here and everybody's trying to get their stuff planted. So we've been working on trying to through all that kind of stuff and those problems, but eventually they'll come back.
Yeah, I might mention too that we we tend to want at least 2 years worth of food on hand, and it's not really a good idea to tell everybody that, but we're low right now, so that's one reason that we want to really work hard in the garden this year. And as a matter of fact, we're not only raising food here, but other places as well, and that's another subject altogether. But because if you could lose everything at your home, but if you had something somewhere else, it would might get you through.
So B Lady, the guy right below you, they're locked and loaded. His brother has cancer, so we've been doing prayers for Donnie, so that he may come out unscathed as much as possible, and to help a lot to help the stress that's on his shoulders and the pressure. So that's kind of what we've been talking about, and that's what's up on top of Merle's screen there.
And B Lady asked about where was it? It jumped away from me there.
Another good one there, fireman, is quick.
Oh, everyone, do you find yourself looking for an escape route wherever you go now? Oh, I always did do that, but it was because of fires. One of the things that you should do if you go into a restaurant or any kind of a place of business, you should always first look and see where the exits are. That's just something
Yep.
that everyone should always do. So
Yeah.
yeah, even during good times, that's a good habit to get into. And
Fireman, the coffee filters are good for filtration systems.
those coffee filters are good for that and a lot of other things too. You can't
Mm-hmm.
probably in case of SHTF, you can't have too many of those.
Hey, there's Tiny.
Well, it's about time. You've had us worried sick.
I was gonna come looking for you.
That's
I thought the
right.
storm got you.
Yeah, he did do a good job on the two family thing. Yeah, yeah, I watched that. Oh,
Thanks, Tiny.
I got $2 out of the deal even.
Yeah. And Locked and Loaded lost out on $2 because he had to run and go get coffee, and Tiny picked it up.
That's right.
He's
That's
the other
right.
lucky one. That's the other thing too, guys. If you got that's in my live streams or Two Family Homestead, go and check them out. It's a great channel. Monday night, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. They do their live streams. They have a different guest every week, and I had a complete blast on there. It was awesome.
No sound. That
Can you hear me, Merle?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, Sandy, can you hear me? Tiny, can you hear me? B lady says she can't hear anything.
I don't think there's a problem, at least not between us. So,
Uh,
uh-oh. I think the bee lady's got a problem.
yeah.
You may have visitors. The men in black or something like that.
I have to rephage B lady.
Try a refresh and see
Also,
what
my
happens.
oh, light us down here is fine. Don't
Tiny,
forget to hit the like button. Hey, there's my.
thanks for that. Tiny, I just wanted to tell you how sorry I was to see your chickens go. Daggone it. But like I said, you got to do what's right for you, and it looks like that's what you're doing. So everything is going to be cool. I know.
That man's got a lot on his plate. Everybody
Sure
can.
gl-
Oh, she
we're
she
sure
must have
glad
hit
you.
something.
Go ahead. Uh-oh, she found it. Good deal.
All right. Tiny, you got a fireman's channel. B lady, they're due to our chat.
Yeah, Tiny, I don't have any doubt that you will try that again. But I really appreciate what all you're doing, though, man. You're you're just doing an awful lot. I would venture to say that you're doing as much as we are here, and there's two of us working on it. So yeah, you don't owe anybody anything. That's for sure. I hear those Rhode Island Reds are good chickens too.
Yep, I got a few.
I've never had it. I've never had Rhode Island Reds. In
No, I
fact,
think I've got 9 Rhode Island Red.
it's been so long since we had chickens. I can't even remember what we had. But we're going to do chickens again, and soon. I tell you what's funny, Tiny, is that my wife and I we go around we go around here during the day asking the other one, did Tiny put up a new video? Did Tiny put up a new video? So, because it's like you're just a friend of ours, and we want to know what's going on. It's pretty cool.
It's fun to watch what he's doing.
Yeah.
Know. That's cool. There's a couple things that you can do without a net. You can point where you can get a stick, tie a piece of string to it and a hook, and go down in the fishing hole. If you're gonna fish for trout, you like to do that when it's cloudy, because the way their eyes are set up on their head, they can see you in the clear water on the trout streams, and you'll spook them. If it's cloudy or raining or drizzling, they actually do a little bit better. But then you got to fight with the mosquitoes. Otherwise, you can get yourself some cheap pole and spend less than $50 on a cheap pole and some gear, so you can cast out into the lake or the river. But for years when I was a kid, we had cane poles. We're just popping out the old cane pole and putting it in.
Yeah, you're right, bee lady. Mostly vegetables, but I have a daughter who's also a homesteader, and she does, or they do cattle and pork and chickens as well. So any protein that we need comes from there. The funny thing though is the older I get, and I've said this before, but the older I get, the less I require meat. I know that sounds kind of funny, but I've heard other people say that they were that way too. I don't know. It's just one of those things, I guess.
No, Tiny, yeah,
Yeah, that's neat, Tiny.
one,
Using the cane poles that Grandpa built. That's okay.
you know the best trout pole that I ever had was a little it was a little black ugly stick and was for ice fishing. The rod was probably only maybe I want to say 2 to 3 feet long. So you get into the little small spots and whip it out there, really small ultralight. And it was such a blast trout fishing with that thing.
We used to go fishing all the time when the kids were little and at home. Kind of got away from it.
Oh, the firemen. Yeah, them no-see-ums, they really are a beast. You see what he says? He says the no-see-ums always goes for the eyes. He's exactly right. Every time I'm down by the trout stream or I'm out back here after the rain, it's like them things got a beacon for your eyeballs. Ticks, yeah, they can be bad. And you got to watch out for the bear ticks around here. So won't eat brown eggs.
I think we call them deer ticks around here. Rocky
Deer
Mountain
ticks,
ticks.
yeah, the deer ticks. Then you got the really small one, which we call bear ticks. That's them are the ones that carry the Lyme disease. Really tiny ones.
Yeah, that's the ones we got. And I carried one in the house with me yesterday. It's a funny thing. I came in and went and took a shower, laid down for a few minutes. I felt something moving around. I called the wife in to take a look, and sure enough, there was a tick on me. I don't know if I gave it a good shower or what the deal was on that one.
Bee lady, if you have a problem peeling the eggs on the brown eggs, use baking soda. Have a ice cold water bath with baking soda in there, and as soon as you pull them off the pot, put them in there. We use a pressure cooker for the real fresh eggs, and peels like a gem.
I'll tell you what.
I don't think I can.
I have more problems with lately with darn deer flies biting me working out in the garden. Man, I tell you what, you get one of them things after you, you just about got to kill it to make it quit.
Well, Bee lady, we have the perfect gentleman sitting across next to me here to tell you and talk to you about the program that we're using, because he has a lot more insight on it than what we do. That I do.
Spell
He wants to know about BMAX.
Spell the name of the program you're using. Oh, rather than OBS. It's called VMix. VMIX. And first let me tell you about the people that own and run the place and how the program happened to get born. The guy was in his church and he wanted to live stream his church services. So it just happened that he was a programmer and he decided just to build it. So he built this program for his church, and word got out about it, and he began to sell it. And these people are in Australia, and they don't act like a business. They act like just your neighbor. As a matter of fact, you're supposed to have to pay a yearly fee to have this program. Well, for the last couple of years, they haven't charged that fee. And they have programs from free to $60 to $350 to I think it's $600 and up to $1,200, depending on what you require. But what this program actually is a it's a switching program like you would use it at a television station. So I can't even begin to tell you how much this thing does. But go to vmix.com and take a look. It's pretty neat, and you can get a 60-day full throttle, I'll call it, deal. You get everything for 60 days to try. There are no strings attached. So that's pretty much the best I can tell you. But good people and gobs and gobs of help if you need it.
B-Lady, I have a video on the pressure cooker. They're totally different now, and I didn't like them either. And I have a pressure canner, and the pressure cooker, it was just wonderful. You press 2 buttons and on, and you walk away. It's awesome. But if you want to see it for yourself, I do have a video on how I take fresh eggs right out of the chicken coop, wash them up, put them in the pressure cooker, and they peel perfectly.
Now
10 minutes done.
10 minutes.
Yep.
That's pretty quick.
Yep.
Let it snow if you would like, but it would be on the phone and much different. I learned from an older woman, the best neighbor in the world, may her soul rest. I got lost on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like free too. Just depends on what you need, I guess, or what you think you need. Sometimes you can't get what you think you need for free. That's the problem.
Sandy, you're talking about hydrated lime for the brown eggs? Are you talking about like glazing eggs and stuff like that? Or are you talking about long-term storage?
Let us know, thank you so much, but my inner self tells me I'll blow up something. That sounds like me.
Because they got hydrated lime, and that's a good way for long storage of eggs. I don't know what you're talking about there, Sandy, about lime.
I've not tried to store eggs that way. It's not such a bad idea, though, I know.
No, there's that glassing, I think is what they called it back in the old days. Fireman, is that right? Glazing, glassing. It's where they use. He was talking about that last Monday. Sodium hydrate. Something is. It's. I don't remember exactly the technical term for it. They used to do it in the old days. I guess you could go to the local grocery store and pick it up.
No, fireman. The one that I'm using right now is $3.50, and but I used the $60 one for a long time before I had some guys talk me into this one.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're a one-man show, and man, you can do a lot with for $60. Really can.
Yeah, like Sandy, for the long-term one. Sorry. Oh, go ahead, Merle.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. The long-term storage is hydrated lime, and you just mix that up There's actually a YouTube video that's out there, and I only found like one or two for that. It's kind of weird. But you mix it up, and you 5 gallon pail, and you fill it up with eggs, and you set it off the side and go to the next one. You just keep right on it going, and you have fresh all winter long. And they're had these eggs for like 2 to 3 years after you put them in there. So it's a great way to store fresh eggs. Mineral oil is high in estrogen. Hey, I don't need that.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've heard that. Don't need any of that. Or any
No.
or any more, I guess. Everybody's got some.
Yeah, Sandy, I saw that video probably about a month or two ago, and it was kind of wanted to do a little bit more research on there. That's just like firemen. I actually watched Ben's video on the vinegar for killing weeds. All with using the vinegar, just your table salt and Dawn dish soap. I tried it out today, and I actually watched the weeds shrivel up right there, right in front of my eyes. I was just amazed.
I saw Deep South use that vinegar solution, and I think he doubled it to kill the cognon grass, I guess it is. And it killed everything but that cognon grass. And it killed it pretty good, too. So
yeah, I was shocked. I watched this stuff just shrivel right up. One gallon of cheap vinegar and a couple of Dawn dish soap and some salt.
yeah, I'm going to give that a try in the driveway.
Yeah, it works really good. I was impressed, especially because I just opened up that garden, my big garden this year, and last year we tilled it in, and this year's put cardboard down. And after these heavy rains, the weeds or the grass is starting to come back up through, and that stuff knocked it right down.
Yeah, I guess that cognon grass is just the only thing that you can kill it with is something like Roundup. He didn't want to use it, but he wanted to kill the grass, so I guess on that one stretch of fence row, he's going to go ahead and use the Roundup.
Actually, I don't. I'll let the weed. See, there's a difference too. Is most of the time the weeds, the beneficial weeds I leave in the garden, what I'm calling weed is quack grass and grass like that. And that's what I'm getting ready to use. I'll dig them out or pull them out. But the quack grass is sometimes their roots go long. They go forever. Homestead Remembrance.
Hi there, Homestead Remembrance.
Oh, we got a lot of time.
We usually go until we can't talk anymore. We lose our voice.
Oh, the bee lady, let it snow. Yep, didn't damage my bike. Full of water, mud, and mosquitoes.
Welcome, Homestead
Nice.
Remembrance, and I'll go to your channel here and see if I can. Yes, make that 33. Content or not. And welcome.
I thought I was already subscribed.
Well, you've been around a lot longer than I have. How long have you been on YouTube anyway?
I started, I think, in, take a look, 2017.
I think I'm working on my 4th month.
I think I've been on here for like 2 years, 2.5 years.
Well, we've had a ball, though. We really have. And my wife, it's really kind of a funny story in a way. I do another live show, and although I'm not in it every week. For over a year, I was, and I just kind of thought it was time that I did something on my own. So I decided that I was going to do something that involved homesteading. So I talked to the wife about it, and she said, yeah, she reluctantly decided that she would give me some assistance. And it's really kind of neat because she really got into it right away. So that was the good part. So here we are doing something together, and it's after all this time, it's been kind of neat.
I think we need to talk Farm Boy. Yeah, Roundup is not a good thing.
No.
It might kill weeds, but it's going to kill everything else too. It kills the ground. It kills the worms, all the good the good biotics in the soil, and it's not a good either. So the best thing to do is try alternative routes. Hey, there's S Woods. How you doing, Sue?
Hi, Sue. We're happy you made it, late or not. I think what we're doing, we're just getting a second shift to come in.
Yep, I think so. They're coming in slow.
That's all right.
So,
What?
fireman, where's Mr. Cab, Mr. Ben? You got a live stream going right now, or is he somewhere else? We have
So we don't have
kills fish and birds.
We don't have cognon grass, but we have ticks and chiggers around here like crazy. Yeah, that's the way it is here. No cognon grass, as far as I know. Trying to use natural repellents in this battle here too. Yeah, but it's tough sometimes. Yeah, it kills almost everything you don't want it to. Farming seems like. Yep. Sue says I finished my chicken tractor and they went out today for the first time. Well, that's great. I bet they were happy. Marky says he's laying low. Yeah, don't worry about the content. As a matter of fact, I've subscribed to a lot of people with no content, and man, I'm trying to think. Seemed to me like there was one here lately that had 200 or 300 subscribers. So they're doing something right. They do use that for their crops, but Farm Boy, but I think it's a different. I don't know, what would you call it? A different recipe. I don't think what you can buy is as good as what they use. But the thing with the farmers is they pour it right on the seed, and it kills everything but that seed. And that's why we call it GMO. And we don't like to eat GMO. Not around here. Yeah, I'll bet those chickens are just having a blast. First night out.
I didn't kick the family off again.
Yeah, they do. Around here they do use anhydrous. And so does the meth dealers, too. they,
So this is what we're going to be trying here, too, is we got some neem oil.
Got what?
Trying this here. Neem oil. Neem?
Yeah, I've heard about that. I've not used it, but I've been hearing a lot about it lately.
Kind of more same concept. This is more or less for... it's safe for bees, birds, all plants. Effective for pets used, removes fleas, takes it. It's refined too. It's actually from the neem tree. It's supposed to help keep the bugs and stuff away from your plants. So we're going to give that a shot on some.
Tiny, you're right. Monsanto's being sued right now for being misleading about glyphosate, the active ingredient in Roundup. And you know, as far as I can tell, they are very misleading. And so too is the FDA. And it's all about the money. What more can you say?
These cabs laying low on them.
Yeah.
I just got a thing saying the green khakis on. Yeah, so neem oil is I've heard it's good for a lot of stuff.
That's what I've been hearing. I was trying to think where I heard that. Somebody was talking about it on one of the channels in the last couple of days.
Mix 1 fluid ounce per gallon of water along with the equal amounts of a mild detergent or soap. Spray completely with both sides of the leaves. And that's the main reason why I got it, was just for the bug deterrent.
Fireman, you say you've done a few live streams and you have to build up the courage to do some more. Boy, I cannot tell you how nervous I was the first time I did a live stream. I'm surprised I didn't have a heart attack of some kind. I couldn't. I had an awful time trying to get any thoughts in my head, and as soon as I would, they would they would disappear. And it's just something that does actually get easier and easier. It may not get better, but it gets easier.
Oh, you edit. That's the thing was with when you're making videos, you can edit, but when you're on live, you can't edit anymore. So
yeah,
it's and there's been times when I'm on here and I've got something in my head that I'm gonna say. It's like I just lose it all. It's like.
I've been there and done that for sure.
It's like getting old timers, and I'm not that old.
Now, I bought this software, the $60 version, just to make YouTube videos with, and I found that I was basically recording live. So me and another guy in England actually started a live show, and it was about this program that we use, vMix, pretty much. But other than that, it was about any kind of live streaming. And after a while, the nervousness just kind of went away. So it does get
You
better.
see what Fireman wrote? He did Took him 6 hours to edit his video for a 7-minute video.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, some of this editing software is not so friendly either.
See, I like my Cyber Direct is because I got a template. So pretty much now what I do is whatever thumbnail I want to use on it, I drop in a video and I go through it and do my changes. But I like that a lot. It makes things a lot easier because I remember the first time I put up a 5-minute video, it took me 4 hours to edit it. So I'm learning the software too.
Yeah, with that, I'm using for the editing. I'm using Shotcut whenever I have to. Otherwise, I can. In many cases, I can use vMix as an editor, so that helps too. But Shotcut is free, and the thing of it is, though, it's not all that easy to learn to use. And as far as that goes, I haven't found any, or myself, I haven't used any editor that has been that intuitive, at least for me. But that one that you're using, Mark, I guess is fairly intuitive. Didn't you tell me?
Yeah, it's just like it's kind of like what vMix is like. And you have your, your bottom editor stream or your where you're working on stuff, your timeline, and then you drop and you pull. You can make, plates. You can make entrance, exits, and what's cool about it is you go on to Cyber Direct and you've got thousands and thousands of possibilities to do whatever you want.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
So, Sue, how do you mix this emo that makes your hair grow? I'm gonna send some to Merle.
I could actually have hair if my wife didn't cut it all off. Some hair. I should quantify that. I've heard Camtasia is pretty good. But I don't think it's free, is it?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, that's probably like mine. Is that you got to pay a monthly fee for that, fireman, or is that just a one-time buy and it's yours?
Neem shampoo. Hey, that sounds good.
Wow.
Sandy K says to you, I have a stream for prayer up, and anybody can add a name for prayer.
Cool.
Yeah. Tell us more. Filmora. Yeah, I've heard of that one too. Haven't tried to use it. I think whatever you get used to is good. But man, if you're new to editing, whew, good luck. It's not free, but yeah, there's other things you can do. I know. Yeah, I used to be pretty good at that too. Yeah, I was watching Farm. Tiny says, I need something to help my hair grow faster. Yeah, I was trying to think. One of the channels that I watch, guy had a ponytail and he cut his hair off and gave it away. I don't know if I spent that much time growing it. I'd probably be like some of these other guys. I'd look like an old hippie with a ponytail, I guess. Oh, that's a good deal, Farman. Sorry to see you go, B-Lady. You have been a very important part of the chat room. And we hope we'll see you next time. Who didn't hit that like button?
Oh, kids. Who didn't hit the button?
Tell B lady good night, and
Night, B lady. Thanks for joining us.
We sure hope you come back. Hope you had a good time.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah.
And I am going to check out the Resistance Chicks. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write it down now so I don't forget it.
Yeah.
Probably just something else to get me in trouble, but that's okay.
I'll let Merle go first.
Somehow, Tiny, I figured you would do that eventually. It may take a while, I bet, though.
They're going to be on
Mass Faith 3. Now, I would say that I could remember that, but it's that would be a lie. 14 inches of hair. Believe it or not, when I was about 35 years old, mine went down past my shoulders. But it was what you did back then. I guess
it's late. Is that what? Is that Central Time or Eastern Time? 1 p.m.
I missed
What's
that.
The time zone?
Well, where's the bee lady live? We can figure it out that way. Oh, she says she'll message you here.
Okay. Yeah, just leave me a message on one of my videos too. You can do it that way.
I'm assuming. I shouldn't assume anything, but I'm assuming that's a YouTube channel. Let's see if we can find him. Yeah. Sue says, mine is still past my shoulders. Yep. Mass Faith 3. There they are. Right there.
When I service and I had my little grudge against the government and everything else, I had probably hair down to about the center of my back.
Who would have thought that?
Yeah. Big beard and long hair. Homestead remembrance. There will be no rain in the forecast for 10 days. Youch.
Yeah.
That won't let things grow.
I hope that doesn't happen here because it's been pretty dry. We got a little rain a couple days ago. But I don't think we could stand 10 more days.
Hey, RG. There he is.
Hi, RG. It's good to see you.
Yep. How's it going this week?
We were just talking about you. We couldn't figure out where you were. We thought maybe you might have thought maybe you might have gone out to eat with your family or something. I'm just kidding. Well, I subscribe to those girls, and
What's it about?
let's see here. Oh no, they're feminists. I'm just kidding. It's okay. It's all right.
Oh, Farm Boy's got a new program for his chat. It's called Campfire Chat.
I saw
Hey,
that.
Farm Boy, did Fireman go and check it out yet? Did it use blessing?
Is it safe?
That's what I'm saying. No, I actually got to say he's done a real good job about cleaning his channel up. I'm actually impressed. He did a good job. No more,
That's good.
no more riffraff.
I got to get in there someday and say hello. I know it's a terrible thing to say, but usually when I see Farm Boy, I've got a TV in the bedroom, and I can't go to sleep unless that thing's playing. So I put it on YouTube and let it go. But I usually go through all the, well, not all, but a lot of the subs, and I check and see, especially the people that are live, and see what's going on. And I did notice that what you said is true about Farm Boy's channel. It's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm. As Fireman, I was trying to help him out with his laying out the channel so that putting up his introduction and stuff like that the other day. And how far he got.
Yeah, RG, I hope we don't get monsoons, but it would be nice to get one nice summer when you get just about the right amount of rain. You know, it's been kind of that way around here. It started to get a little bit dry, and then we got that rain a couple of days ago, so everything's really good.
I told him that the other day. I wish I could. I told him that when I got up to how big he is, he can help me with my channel.
Yeah. You wish you could go through all 300 of your subs. You put an extra 0 up there. I looked a while ago. It was only 30. And you know I'm kidding.
I don't know how you do it, man.
I don't either. I don't even know how you do it, Mark. I couldn't. I have enough trouble with what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know how you can. You surely can't take care of them properly, but you can do your best.
I spend at least 2 hours or more a day. I dedicate 2 hours a day to people in my subscribers to go and check out their channel, see what's up to date. Usually morning you got Iron Dog has his live stream, so I'll stop here and say hey, and then so you just got to do what I can do.
Yeah, I mean, and that's all you can do.
That's what I told him too yesterday. Someday I'll be as big as Farm Boy.
Yeah, well, he's got like 45,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm up to 153 or 4. But that's okay. I'm a young fella. It's hard to say I got time, but I don't know that I do. Yeah, I think you're right, Fireman. From what I've seen, he's a good man.
Fine. Okay, we better stop picking on him.
No, I was serious. I was serious. I thought he is a pretty good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
From what I can
That's
see.
why I'm still there. Well, he cleaned up his channel, and I told him, I said, you got to get rid of the riffraff. Cab told him the same thing, and he did that, and now I'm more than happy to go over there and support him. He's doing good, though.
He's a second shifter, though, I think, isn't he? He does a lot late nights.
Who, Farm Boy?
Yeah, I thought.
No, he's an all shifter.
Okay, well, that's good. We like having
RJ.
You, like having you here, RG. I think I've been subscribed to RG for a long time, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm glad. Sandy says, I'm glad that I had to start over. I don't have to weed them out. They had some... I sound like Elvis. Thank you very much.
Was that Elvis Presley?
Okay, yeah. That's kind of funny because everybody says, are you from Canada? You sound like a Canadian. Close.
But I haven't heard you say a boat. A boat?
A boat?
It was a boat. It was a boat 100 degrees.
No, Mel Moon says I have my own language.
Uh-oh.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Going good, RJ. RG. If we can get out there and get the weeds out of there, it'd be better yet.
Thanks, RG, for stopping in and looking at our channel today. I was high atop the 10-foot ladder drone today.
I'll tell you one thing. It was really hot. Everybody's worried that we're late because of how the season was and how with the hot. And I keep telling everybody, keep reminding people, it's only the second day of June right now, and we got about 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah,
Pig Latin. So. I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Yeah, we're not late. We just got used to watching those people from the deep south that's like 6 weeks ahead of us. Well, I think they're already digging potatoes and putting out another crop down there.
Walter Davis is back in here. He says, "You finally home when you're talking."
Talk about Araconda chickens are a really good bird. High protein and low collateral. Green eggs. That's kind of cool. Easter eggs. Uh-oh. Mark, you're awful quiet. I was afraid of that. He's too quiet. Hello, TJ's Woodworking Shop. We're happy to see you this evening. I think Mark's froze up there. Don't know what happened. We'll see if we can get him back in here. I hope. You lost the link. I'm gonna send you a new one. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Can you hear me? Mark? We got to see if we can send Mark another link here. Hopefully, we can get him back in here. This will take me just a minute. And hopefully we can take care of this. Such issues. Such issues. I don't know what happened there. Things will happen occasionally. Well, let me know if you get the email there, Mark. And welcome, TJ. Yeah, Tom. Mark B froze. I think Mark lost the link somehow. So I sent him a new one. Hopefully we can get him back. Where you been, Tommy? Did you have to go with those guys in the white coats again? I hope not. You told me they were mean to you last time. Oh, I think we got him back here. All I got to do now is put him back in the box. I think. It'll take me a second. Yep. Oh boy. Such issues. Such issues. We should have him here in just a second. Mark, are you with us?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. Well, that was quicker
I'm
than
back.
I thought it could be. I remember
I don't know what happened.
a couple of weeks ago we lost you and never did get you back. That wasn't too bad.
That was weird. No.
Oh, we blame it on that satellite dish. You know.
Mark, you with us?
Yep, I'm here. Oi.
Somebody's got YouTube on.
That was me. I just got the chat back up.
Sandy K. Rolling has left the building. No, he's back now. Tommy, he escaped again. The guys in the white coats just can't keep hold of him. I told him if he would just take his medication, everything would be fine. Uh-oh. They want to know what you escaped from, Tommy. This ought to be good. We're going to have to...
Hey, TJ, how's it going? Good to see you. Glad you can make it. I escaped.
Well, we're going to have to use... we're going to have to hook up Zoom one of these nights and bring in a couple more people.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We can do that.
Yep.
That's a pretty good conference program, actually, just all by itself. If you're not familiar with it and you have any reason to use conference stuff, you can use it for free for like 45 minutes if there's more than two, and there's no limit for two people to use it. Tommy says let it snow, I escaped the guys in the white coats again. Yeah, I knew it.
Wait
Yeah,
a minute, I got a guy from Wisconsin blowing up my hangouts. LOL.
Tommy's supposed to stay in that room, but they can't make him stay in there. Well, tell them all you're doing is you're coming out and using their computer so you can get in the chat room, and you're not bothering anybody, Tommy. So hey, what the heck? Mark, can you show the storm there as your background? Ugh. And don't tell me we lost him again. He's awful quiet. Well, this is not working. Apparently he's having too many storms. This isn't working well. I think it's a combination of the storms and the satellite dish. But I'm willing to try it again. Absolutely. Do-do-do-do. Let's see how fast we can do this. The guys in the white coat can't seem to find me out here. Well, you lost all the time. Yeah. Coming to take me away. Ha ha, hee hee. It was a long time ago. Well, we'll see if we can get him back in here again. I don't know what's up with that. That's not a good thing. Let me bring that one over for a minute. Here we go.
Hey, Merle, can you hear me?
I can now. Yeah.
Okay. I lost you again, but I figured out why.
Well, that's part of the problem. Solved, at least. Part of the problem solved.
Yeah.
Why was it?
My security, the master password was kicking out vmix for some reason.
Really?
Yep.
I've not heard of that before, but stranger things have happened for sure.
Talking about the other day about different websites and using a back profile, and I said I use Kaspersky to do that. And when I signed in before, I didn't put in my master password, so I think that has the issue right there.
Well, it's possible, I suppose.
Yeah. So anyway.
Well, at least we got you back. That's the big thing.
Yep.
I was beginning to wonder about you there for a minute. We thought you were just tired and wanted to go away, but Sandy said it was not like you to do that, just to up and leave.
It's the Russians.
But I was here one night when you just up and left, and that was it.
Gotta love satellite internet. I'll blame it on the Russians.
They did it.
They did it, yep.
If they didn't do it, they're going to. I don't have any doubt about that. But I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't talk to any Russian during the whole thing. Not in a single one.
Well, I was probably locked out when I said it, but when you're about to Zoom, it'd be fireman hurt. But for the newer channels and stuff to set up your YouTube channel, a lot of knowledge, a lot of good advice to setting up and having a good channel layout.
Garden
Little
question.
tricks of the trade.
Let's do the garden question.
What's the garden question?
I think he probably was, Alexander.
Can pumpkins be transplanted to a new living space? If they're not that big yet, I wouldn't see why not.
That would be my answer. Wait a minute and I'll go wake up my wife and ask her. We got rid of satellite internet and got a hotspot. How do you like the hotspot? You're not saying anything bad about it, so I guess pretty good. I'd like to have a hotspot. Well, as a matter of fact, I guess I do have one with my phone, but I actually need to get out somewhere and try to do a live stream with my phone. I haven't done that yet. Everything I've done.
Farm Boy says it depends on how late Merle wants to stay up. Farm Boy says that after we're done with our show, if we want to go over by him, he does a live stream, if we'd come over there.
Well, yeah. What you guys don't realize is it's 10:30 here now, and I've been up since 6 o'clock. So I don't know about tonight for me, but Mark is a second shift kind of guy anyway.
Fires, you gonna pay me again to be on my panel?
RG, do you do any live streaming from your hotspot? Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, so if they're not too big yet, and they're you can probably take them and put them in a bigger place. But pumpkins can get pretty quick, pretty fast. So
Yeah, if you got 8 plants in a tote, I'd say you probably could transplant them okay, as long as you're going to put them in a good spot. Hey.
He said, "Fireman must be in there. We'll be there." Yeah, farm boy. If fireman says he'll be there, I can stop in for a little bit. $50 a minute.
Well, that's cheap. I'm paying $75.
Yeah, I'm paying $175 to have firemen in here.
Tommy, your 3D printer's working more gooder than before. Well, tell me, what are you making with your 3D printer? And you realize that you're going to cause me to have to get one of those silly things. You know that, right?
Hotspot is much better than satellite.
Aha. A hotspot ought to be good for live broadcast.
I don't even know what a hotspot is.
It's just a little gadget that gives you internet access almost anywhere you want to take it.
Hmm. You see, usually I don't have a problem with my internet because I got 10 up and 10 down. It's just a stupid weather around here.
Yeah, and the weather and there's other things that happens to the internet as well. Sometimes it'll get congested. There used to be. It's been several years, but I remember that it used to get congested in St. Louis for some reason or other, and a lot of the internet was coming from the West Coast.
See, the thing of it is I got two. I'm running off of two towers because of me being a YouTuber. They have aligned me with two towers, so instead of just running off of one tower, I lined up with two of them. So it usually runs really good, but it's just the weather around here.
Tommy, he's print. He says I'm printing parts for the printer, so I can adjust it more gooder. Well, that's great. At least you can make the parts you need for your printer. That's a good deal. That's almost like advanced intelligence, huh? It fixes itself.
Yeah, let us know. I love hardneck garlic. It's just has a taste and it's a lot. I think it's off necks all around for garlic. I love pumpkin the fall.
Fireman says, isn't a hot spot when you get into a car with leather seats in the summer? That is definitely a hot spot. Yeah.
Hey, fireman, you should have been over on Donna Shaw's live last night. She was singing Elvis songs.
I ended up on a woman's channel, and I can't remember the name though. But man, she was a good singer, too. Wish I could think of that name.
She have a kind of wish cowboy hat on.
No cowboy hat.
Oh.
So I guess
Cowgirl hat.
I don't think so. It's been a while.
Dogs can get hot spots too.
Yeah, they can. Yes, they can. They're allowed to do that.
Yeah, she was singing Elvis last night. It was pretty good.
You know, I didn't really appreciate Elvis Presley's singing voice until he was gone. I don't know what the deal was.
I don't think a lot of people did until after the past. That was kind of more of a legitimate thing back in the day. You know, you listen to music they got now. I listen to like Crowder, Christian bands, and you think about back in the days when I was a kid, and it was Quiet Riot, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, all that stuff. It's
AC/DC.
like mellow compared. Yeah, no, that's mellow compared to what they have nowadays.
Yeah. And I used to think Ted Nugent was a doper. But back in the old days, yeah, I thought he was a bad man. Well, he is a bad man, but in a good way. My channel is about living in Arizona and projects at the homestead mostly. Sounds good, RG.
Hooey. Mrs. Farm Boy, I told you I died here in private, lol.
Wasn't supposed to tell. What would we do if we didn't have Saturday night chat?
I don't know.
You know, the thing is, we've got, what, 14 people in here, and it's Saturday night, and we're all sober. And well, at least so far, I can't tell we're not. That's the good part.
Well, it's kind of funny you say that because one Saturday night before we started our live stream, I was over Mikey's channel, Bill and Woodworks.
Yeah.
And he was drinking the suds, and he was showing off. He was going through it rough. He was showing off his dad's. His dad passed away, so he's cleaning out his dad's house, and he was showing off some of the old beer cans that his dad had, the old pull tops and stuff like that. And he was tipping a few back and more and more and more. And the next thing you know, he pulls out this sickle. And I'm like, Mikey, put that thing away before you hurt yourself. And he had a tripod. He had a tripod sitting right there. There was no camera or nothing on it. So he sets this sickle up over there. The next thing you know, you crash, and Mikey goes one way, and that sickle goes down, and you don't hear a sound.
Oh,
and I'm like, everybody in the chat's like, oh my God, did I just hit Mikey? And so Mikey stands up. He says, "Oh, that stupid beer box is there with all the beer cans. I tripped over it." And when the sickle went one way, and he went the other way, but in the camera it looked like it both fell the same way.
What a deal!
Hey, Thomas, how's it going? Nice to see you.
Welcome. Good to see you. Yes. Just yeah. Just means we have no life without YouTube, I guess. Yeah. Kind of looks like it, don't it? We're all in the same boat.
So they're just sorry, don't play the sickle while you're drinking.
No kidding. How about you guys thought he would?
I've not heard anything. I haven't heard anything, RG, about the pigs. They're still down south. So there's a few people up here that have seen them as far north as I am, but I don't hear too much anymore.
As near as I know,
Get rolling.
We don't have any.
Danny K. Towick.
So have you heard about pigs in your area, Mark?
Yeah, down south we have actually down in the southern part of Wisconsin. They have wild boars down there, and I guess it's getting to the point where it's out of hand. It's messing with the cornfields and stuff down there. And they up here in the north said that they've seen them around up here now.
Well, I've heard that they're headed this direction, but so far so good. Man, I'm not looking forward to that.
And they will devastate the crops around here because of pigs. They will just chew up everything and destroy your yard, your crops, everything. So
yeah, and the E. coli is a problem too. I was watching on TV. It's been a good while ago. These guys in helicopters shooting them. Man, they were everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah,
But it still says I have a rich life.
that had to
Peaceful don't have.
be a blast in them helicopters doing that. Of course, you know they gathered them all up and gave them to the poor for food. Not.
I was watching they were trapping them in Hawaii. I wonder how that's working out now. That volcano might have took a bunch of them out.
I bet they got barbecued pig now.
I bet you.
RG, what I heard is they're good if you don't, if they're not old. If they're young, they're okay. But if they get old, they get smelling bad. But I that's just what I heard. I don't have any clue if that's correct or not. I know in some areas they're just absolutely tearing up stuff. I mean, just terribly bad.
As far as what do you guys think about the white leopard?
Is that a band or a? Sounds like a rock band.
Thomas says human and pre-cooked in Hawaii. Yeah.
Yes. I got a small keyboard with big fingers. It's like trying to type with a stump. Yeah. So tell us about the white. The white leopard's going extinct. I wasn't sure there ever was one. A white leopard. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Hey, fireman, don't they have a auto where you can talk and it types for you in the chat? Somebody said they have that. It'd be kind of nice.
I'm sure that there's something like that available, but I doubt it's cheap.
He says he's been hunting on pigs since 11. You make a great. I'll bet.
I would like to try one of those.
I got a nice smoker that one of them would fit into house. Make some pulled pork.
Well, you'd think they'd be good.
Oh, this would be good. Fireman says, yeah, I'm too lazy to use the program.
I'll have to check on those white leopards, farm boy. I bet they're pretty, too. Thomas
Google
Smith.
Assist.
So I have that, but you have to proofread it before sending. Uh-huh.
There you go.
Talk to it. Doesn't cost a dime. Well, I'm not really surprised. They got everything else. Snow leopards. Now, yeah, that sounds familiar. Are they completely white, though? If I had an internet, I could find out.
Your white dots. Oh, that's called a Dalmatian.
Oh, yeah, boy, they are pretty. Like I said, they are pretty. Man, oh man. Big cats. You know, there is nothing any meaner, pound for pound, than a big cat. I don't think. I know I got one weighs about 12 pounds. I wouldn't want it after me. Yeah, we got coyotes
There's a
too.
snow leopard.
I always
Coyotes,
thought
we got wolves, we got bears. Oh my.
it would be neat to have a mountain lion as a pet.
Yeah, it's all thinking your lunch. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought you froze up.
I was just sitting quiet, watching. I put the chat up on my big screen up front. So it looks like I'm just frozen standing here, sitting here probably. They're not real leopards. That is a cat that is called a snow leopard. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. She made burritos for him. That would be awesome.
No kidding.
Here we big roast and pulled pork, and it's good eating, especially if you got it on a smoker all night long. They usually put it on at night and they all night long and dish it up the next day.
I couldn't hear you, Roland. Did you get in trouble? Mountain lions are
Probably.
not pet-worthy. They're just too mean. Is that what it is? Boy, it would be neat to have one if they were pet-worthy. Alexander Smith, I wouldn't rely on it. Probably gets words wrong, and you were telling as you speak rather than rely on good old keyboard typing. At least the operator gets the blame because he has to put the words in it. Yeah.
Read Fireman's chat. Mountain lion as a pet? Yeah, great idea until you got to put a cat door or clean a litter box.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Cat, can't we teach it out of the bathroom?
Well, you can housebreak cats. We had one once. It was amazing. That cat would go to the door when it wanted to go out.
Yeah, I remember Grizzly Adams.
RG Homestead, we have a mountain lion in my area, and he's big. I leave him alone. Then he leaves me alone, and that's fine. Yeah, that would be the thing to do.
That's a great agreement you got there.
Yeah, I hope you got that in writing. Yeah, that's probably the thing to do. I don't know. I like big cats, though, and if I was an animal trainer, I would probably not be here because I would probably be gone by now.
Let us know says one track my son was snowboarding when he was 8.
Oh, yeah.
They take out pets and they take out livestock, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of hunting videos too where they actually the cats take the hunter out because they're sitting up in a tree and you walk underneath them and they jump on you and hit you in the back of the neck. And
you have to say, kitty, kitty, kitty. Yeah, I don't think I would trust them. The problem is, if you got one as a little bitty kitten and you raised it, you would get a false sense of security with that cat probably, and it would
Well, look at
eventually end up taking your arms off.
look at the. I don't know if it was a Ringling brother, the Barlin brothers, or it was the two guys. They had two white lions,
Yep.
and one of them ended up lunch.
Yes, he did. Yeah, and that's exactly what happened there. They had those lions for, I think, since they were little babies, and the lion probably didn't realize it was doing something that bad. It's just the way they are.
It's their nature. That's yeah. My theory is, we used to take in fawns that their mom would get hit on the side of the road or something like that, and we'd take the fawns and we'd raise them up. And so I had fawns, I had raccoons, buddy had a fox. You just learn that sometimes things you have to leave nature alone, because there's like a bear. I would love to have a bear as a pet, but
yeah,
because to me that'd be the ultimate thing to have answer your door. That'd be the ultimate security system right there.
Yeah. But there's some things you just got to leave alone.
Some things just are not meant to be in a house.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Sigmund Freud and Roy. There you go. Thomas got it.
White tigers. I'll tell you what, those Bengal tigers are oh man, they're just gorgeous. Yeah, I actually, Alexander says exactly. That's true mountain lion jump on you and tear you to bits. I had a house cat go nuts and jump on me one time. And let me tell you something, that wasn't fun at all. So just
look
imagine,
what firemen. Yeah. Look what fireman says. He says, yeah, makes all these people walking around and with pit bulls think they're tough. He thinks things when they see a mountain lion.
You ain't kidding.
Don't they let them, like have exotic pets in California where you can have lions and bears, and tigers, and
you can have them here.
Gila monsters.
You're allowed to have them here, but I forget what agency it is. A federal agency comes by and checks on you every, I don't know, once a month, once every other month, or something like that. But I know a guy that had a lion and a hyena, a mountain lion, and a couple other odd pieces at the same time, just a few miles from here.
Well, there, Merle, it's 10 bell on for 3 hours.
Yeah, it's time for me to go. Just to be honest, I got to go to bed. And it's time for the guys in the white coats to come get Tommy again, too.
Guys, thanks for...
Go ahead.
Y'all, thanks for coming and enjoying the chat. Remember, keep Donnie prayers. Lift him up if possible. Locked and loaded in your prayers. He really needs our support now, especially with all what's on his shoulders. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming to our live stream. It's been great.
Thanks, everybody. We really, really do appreciate it, because I get tired of talking to him, and it gives us somebody else to talk to.
I want to thank all our moderators too. Thanks for keeping the chat clean and organized. Fireman, farm boy, let us know.
Absolutely.
Who else is in there?
Thanks, everybody.
That's about it.
For what all you've done and contributing to the chat. Tom Willis is praying. and hopefully everybody else is too. So goodbye, and everyone have a good time. Have a good evening, good night, and we will see you next time.
God bless everyone.